It's Absolute Radio and playing tonight at the Albert Hall for Teenage Cancer Trust. It's the Specials, and Brad and Terry, hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Is it still good to be special again after fairly much a couple of years, isn't it?
Well, it's 30 years for me. A couple of years.
Yeah, it's still
Together again.
29 years later. No.
Yeah, I think between 1981 and 2000 something.
There were quite a few.
Every day, every hour.
Every day, every minute. It was, it was a bit of a shock to me. But I mean, my theory was then that the Specials only really is Specials if, like, Terry's on board, and that wasn't happening in any of the configurations. So, you know, and then it happened, and then about 3 years ago. No, how long ago was it? 2007.
Yeah, 3 years.
It's getting on for 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago now.
So what was it that kept you digging your heels in, Terry, and what was it that made you change your mind?
I honestly didn't think about being in the Specials anymore. It wasn't sort of a conscious decision. It's just I wasn't in that group anymore. And I think the thing that made me change my mind was meeting Lynval initially, and who I hadn't seen for 20 years, and just chatting with him, and then we did something together at a festival, and we enjoyed it. And then we started talking about, would we ever get the group back together, or how would it work, and the first thing we thought of, if we ever did it, there needs to be a reason to do it, and the reason being a 30th anniversary. That sounded like a good idea.
Just think about the first time you went into a room to try and play together after all those years. Was that odd, and what was the first song that you tried? We
were down in my basement when we first decided, well, Lynval said, you know, why don't we just try something out? And so four of the musicians, like the rhythm section, got together and just hammered a few things out down my basement. And what we say is it was weird. Horace often says this, it's like muscle memory kicked in, and it was just like picking up, after 27 years, a pair of sticks and doing the same thing. You get to the bridge part of a song, I'd have forgotten it, and then you just go there, you just play it. It was so strange. I mean, I don't know how I can relate that experience to anybody unless they've had a break for 27 years. You know, we still have that freshness of sound. And I think the sounds are one thing, the Specials have got to offer that's different to everybody else.
Has it surprised you since you come back that so many younger kids have embraced the music, and you look at Lily Allen or Amy Winehouse, but I'm guessing at the gigs you see different generations?
That's great. You know, that is one thing I have noticed over the last 30 years, people who have been influenced by our group and been into our group, because you do pick up on places like California or Japan getting it 5 years later or 10 years later, but hasn't surprised me, no. I think it's okay if you listen to a band who said they've been influenced by us and you can get it. Like, I remember Tricky doing that, and 1/4 of Blur doing that, you know. The other quarter ruined it by his Paul Weller influence, but we've all got our cross to bear, haven't we?
Have you ever had a band say they're influenced by the Specials, and you hear them and you think, how? It's just awful.
Well, funnily enough, I think, no. Sorry, that's a classic I was thinking of there. I think some of the... it's strange hearing a tribute band. Yeah. Right? And I've heard one in my time. I've heard one tribute band who played it, like, technically perfectly, right? And it just... what it lacks, not all the time, but occasionally what that lacks is a bit of a soul, you know what I mean? A bit of soul. And what we still do today, fresh with the Specials, is we're prepared to keep the rough edges on the diamond, you know, and have a look, play each number. We play each number now, not exactly like some people would say we're doing it exactly the same. Well, we're not at all, you know. There's a bit of, what do you call it, improvisation.
Yeah, a bit of looseness. And
well, you can't help it with Lynval, because he makes so many mistakes.
I'm
just get a different mistake each night.
I'm trying to cover up this thing about the amount of mistakes we make.
He never repeats his mistakes.
That's a special gift.
Yeah, very gifted.
But just a quick one about Terry's vocals is that I was amazed at how, you know, he's done the whole thing, like, consistently for 30 odd gigs, or how many gigs we've done, 50 gigs in it or something like that. Without really, you know, faultless. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
So you've got a bit of leeway at the Albert Hall tonight, Terry, to make as many mistakes as you want. You've got some goodwill in the bank there.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm going
He won't
to
make
fill
it
the
in
set with them.
Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood.
And you're playing at the Teenage Cancer Trust gig tonight. Roger Daltrey asked you to do this first a couple of years ago, but it was it
It's
just
longer than that. It was. I think he approached us. It was about 6 years ago. I remember I got a call. I don't know. I was working on the record. I don't know what it was, but at that point, I just said to him, it was pretty impossible to even think about it. Although I thought it was lovely that he suggested it. But when we got back together and we started playing again, the thing that was one of the things that's made is if we can sort of establish ourselves again over a year, which we've done,
Yeah, that's it.
and then lend our name to this, then that's a great thing, because I think it's brilliant. Like, the Albert Hall's such a great venue, and people are going to come and listen to us and have a good night, and we're going to play our music. But fundamentally, the great thing is the amount of money we've all raised that night, and for a brilliant cause.
And as far as you can, I mean, I'm asking you to have crystal balls here a little bit, but as far as you can see, will it always say occupation specials on your passport for the time being?
Mine says plumber.
That's for insurance reasons, though, isn't it?
No, have I got to change it?
Insurance reasons.
I'll change
That's
it.
a good point.
This is car insurance.
No, I think you might have to change that,
change
Terry.
it.
Yeah, plumber.
Yeah.
I'll get onto that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Great. Well, have a fantastic gig tonight at the Albert Hall.
Thanks, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.